Hello everyone, welcome to card number 2 for my Sweet Peas class to go. Now if you missed any of the details on how to earn this class for free, I'm going to go over it briefly, but all the details will be in yesterday's video and they'll also be on my blog post. So this week I am starting a brand new class to go series on my blog. I'm going to feature 2 different stamp sets or bundles every month, and each week when you order with that host code coordinating with this, you're going to be able to get the class for free. So this week I'm featuring the Sweet Peas class to go. Now you can get the class kit in 3 different ways. You can place an order with the host code of $50 or more, and that's going to earn you the class kit completely free. Orders over $100 will earn the class kit for free, along with 5 bonus cards for my basket. They might not coordinate with the Sweet Peas stamp set, but they will be 5 free cards for you to enjoy for inspiration or to mail to friends. And that uses a host code as well. And the third way is for orders over $150. You don't need to use the host code for orders over $150 because you're going to get Stampin' rewards. You're going to get that class kit for free. You're going to get the 5 bonus cards, and you're going to get that full package of embellishments. And this week we are featuring the flat adhesive back pearls, which are beautiful embellishments. I am featuring the Sweet Peas stamp set, which is just an adorable, fun stamp set that I've had so much fun playing with. The stamp set is not included in the kit, and neither is stamped images. You will need to provide your own ink and Stampin' blends with this one, as well as that stamp set. So all other pieces in your kit for this one will be, if there's die cuts, there will be die cuts like the little label here. This was the card we made yesterday, and this piece is embossed as well. That will be done in your kit as well. So pieces will come cut and ready to go. All you'll need to do is stamp and get crafty. Okay, so let's get started. Like I said, this was yesterday's card, and today we are making this adorable card. So I can't wait to share this one with me. This one, it says, "You make me happy." This one is such a cute little card with those sweet little peas in the pod. So let's go ahead and get started with our stamping. So I'm going to pull out, I have my piece of white, and this is 1/2 inch by 2 3/4, and all the measurements will be listed on my blog as well as in the video description. And then I have another die cut label from the Perennial Postage Dies, and we're going to stamp on this one as well. And we have our little peas in a pod that we're going to stamp. And in your kit, you're going to receive a 1/4 sheet of basic white cardstock, which is going to be used for the stamping and fussy cutting. So in this case, we're going to stamp and fussy cut those little guys. So let's get to stamping. So I'm going to start with my little peas. So I'm going to start with my Memento ink. And I have my little peas right here. So let's go ahead and ink up those. And we're going to stamp those. Ready to go. All right, and that is it with my Memento. So I'm going to go ahead and close up my pad before we have a stamping disaster. And then I'm going to pull out my Granny Apple Green, and we're going to stamp our greeting and our leaf image with that. And I need to clean off my leaf image. It's still a little dirty from my last stamping. So I'm going to pull that out, and let me grab a piece of scrap paper for our stamping here. A pretty messy piece, but it'll work. So I'm going to put this one aside. And for the bottom of the postage one, we are going to grab that leaf, and we are going to ink that up in Granny Apple Green, and we're going to stamp it a couple times. I'm going to stamp it again without re-inking it, just to get some two-toned color there. And we're going to do the same thing again, kind of make that leaf just go in different directions. Stamp that off and then go. So we're just making a fun little border along the bottom of that postage die. Okay, let's bring in our greeting in the same Granny Apple Green ink, the one that says, "You make me happy." And we're going to stamp this down, ink this up, and stamp it onto our cardstock. Just like that. Boop, perfect. In Granny Apple Green. And that's it for our stamping. So real quick stamping for this one, we're going to do a little bit of coloring. Oh, you know what? We do have one more thing to stamp. Let me grab my Memento again. We're going to stamp the little peas again, because as much as I love fussy cutting, I did not want to fussy cut that, excuse me, that little teeny tiny heart there. So I'm going to stamp the image directly onto my label, and I'm going to go about 1/2 inch, maybe 5/8 inch from the top, and the little edges are going to hang off, and that's okay. we really just need that little heart stamped on there, just like that. Now we're going to cover up the little P's with the ones we're going to cut out, so you don't have to worry about coloring those on the label. But that is it for our stamping. So let's go ahead and now we can close up our ink pad and let's get to the coloring. So I'm going to pull in this piece, our one that we cut, and I'm going to grab my Lemon Lime Twist Stampin' Blends. These are going to be for the piece. So let's start with the dark. And I'm going to just kind of color in like a curved C just on the left side of both of them. Oops, that one went way out of the lines. Got a little bit vigorous with that one. So just kind of color in that C with the dark. And then with the light, I'm actually going to come in with my brush tip because it'll fill it in much easier. I'm just going to fill in that image and just go over that dark area just to make sure that it gets blended out. And we're just going to color in those little P's. Now on this one that you're going to fussy cut, don't worry about coloring that heart because we're going to color it on this one, so it doesn't matter about this one. We're going to just cut that off. If you want to fussy cut the heart, by all means, go ahead and color it on this one. All right, I'm going to move on to Old Olive for my little pea pod. Let me zoom in just a little bit so you guys can see that coloring. I'm going to start with my dark again. I really prefer to start with dark when I'm using Stampin' Blends. I think that helps me kind of visualize which pieces I want to be dark, but you can always start with your light if you prefer that. So my dark, I'm just going to go kind of just along the little edge of the opening and then under the little stem and just along the corners, just down the corners a little bit on both sides, just like that. Okay, so that's it with the dark. And then with the light, I'm just going to come in and fill this in. And just make sure that you go over those dark lines. You can use little circular motions and just help blend that out. We're just going to quickly color that in. And the difference in that Lemon Lime Twist and the Old Olive really make those P's really pop. Now for the little stem here, I'm just going to use my light Old Olive and just color that in just like that. All right, now we have one more thing to color. We have the little heart here, and I just have my dark Pretty in Pink Stampin' Blend. You can use the Stampin' Right markers or whatever you have for that, and I'm just going to give that heart a quick color. We're not doing any shading on that heart. It's a pretty small. Okay, so you're going to want to fussy cut this. Now, through the magic of television, I have already fussy cut it, so we are ready to go. So we have that ready to go. We have our greeting ready to go. Let's talk about the rest of our pieces. I have a Pretty in Pink card base, which is just your standard card base, 5.5 by 8.5. Oh, let me zoom out a little bit. So it's just 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. And I have two pieces of the Unbounded Love DSP. We have one that is 5 by 3 3/4. I love this Pretty in Pink pattern. I think it's just it coordinates so well. It just adds a little bit of softness to those little P's, which is so cute. And then I have another piece. This is that Petunia Pop Stripe, and this is 3/4 by 4. Okay, so let's get this assembled. So these cards come together pretty quickly once you have all of the pieces stamped and colored. So we're just going to stick this one on right onto our card base, and this is going to give us a larger border around the edges, which I love. And then we're going to stick our label on. So I'm going to do that with just our Stampin' Seal. And I'm just going to kind of line this up. It looks a little weird because those P's are not colored, but don't worry. We are going to fix that. So we have that on there. And I'm going to put adhesive on my second DSP piece, the smaller one. And this is going to go right across it. And I'm actually going to like cover up the P's almost to the bottom of them. And this piece is 4, so it's going to go out a little bit past the Pretty in Pink DSP piece. So can you see it kind of hang over it like that? All right. And then to finish this off, we're going to put these on dimensionals. So let me get a couple of edge pieces here. I'm trying to use up all of my dimensionals on here. I use the edge pieces a lot. I love the edge pieces because you can trim them into whatever sizes you need. So don't ever neglect those edge pieces. They are fantastic pieces for your dimensionals. All right, so dimensionals on the back of all those, everything is sticky. So let's get this on. Now we're going to line this up directly over that stamped image so that the heart lines up, and then you'll never know that anything was stamped under there. Isn't that fun? And let's get our greeting on here. You make me happy. Make sure that's nice and straight. Maybe up a little bit. Perfect. And finishing touches, let's put on some of our flat adhesive back pearls. These will go on. And you will get these in the kit. If you order $150, then you will get the full package. Otherwise, you will receive a quarter package in your kit. All right, so that completes the card. Completely adorable, don't you think? Super cute. Now, this is card number 2. We did card number 1 yesterday, and tomorrow I will feature card number 3 for this class to go. So if you want to join in on this class to go, if you want these cards in the class kit, there are 3 ways to earn them. You can go back to the beginning of the video. I'm not going to go over them again right now, but they're also detailed in the video description, as well as much more detailed on my blog, so you can check that out as well. So thank you guys so much for joining me for card number 2 on my Sweet Peas class to go. I will be back tomorrow with card number 3. Please subscribe to my channel so you never miss a video. That way you don't have to remember to come back and check for tomorrow. It'll be there on your YouTube channel. And share this with your friends as well. I really appreciate your support. Thank you guys so much. I'll be back tomorrow with card number 3. See you then. Bye.